Hey you guys, it's Lauren. Welcome back. So in today's video, we'll be talking all about drugstore makeup, and I'm super excited because I am such a fan of drugstore makeup. I'm not gonna lie, I wish it was a little easier to find cruelty-free makeup at the drugstore, but we're getting better. We definitely are. When I find a drugstore item that performs like a luxury item, I get super pumped and it just makes me so excited. But some of these products have the same, if not better, formulation as the higher end options, and they're good makeup products. Some of these are my favorite, like, staple go-to items. So we have a lot of makeup products to talk about, so we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so first up, let's talk lips. So you guys probably know this about me already, but lip products are my biggest weakness, whether it comes to a gloss, a lipstick, a lip liner. I'm just obsessed. I don't know if it's just the fact that you can carry it with you in your purse all day, so you can always reach for it, and I don't know, it's just fun, and there's so many shade options out there. Anyway, I definitely have some lipstick favorites from the drugstore, but my one favorite line, especially when it comes to nude lipsticks, are from Soap & Glory, and Soap & Glory has so many fun products, a lot of fun body products, but their lip products are definitely a hidden gem at the drugstore. They're now available at Target too, so I feel like I'm always picking up a Soap & Glory product when I'm at Target. But my two favorite shades from them are Naked Talent, which is like this spicy, kind of a 90s nude, which I love so much. I always talk about this being a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury's Super Cindy shade. It's just so pretty. It has a little bit of peach in it, a little bit of pink. It's just that it's a perfect nude for fall too. And the next shade is like one of my favorite nudes of all time. It's called Nude Edition, and it's that perfect, like, really pale nude, but it has just the slightest hint of peach in it to make it wearable. So let me show you this next to Naked Talent. I turned down my lighting there so you can see these two a little bit better, but here's Nude Edition and then here's Naked Talent. I just love them so much. But see how that Nude Edition has a little bit of pink in it as well, and a little bit of peach, so it's just super wearable. Let me pop these lights back on. And now it's definitely a really pale nude, so I always like to pair it with a liner. Now, I have to include this because I'm just so happy for my girl Kackie from Kackie Reviews Beauty. She has a collab with Thrive Cosmetics. They actually named this lip liner shade after her. And you guys, it is like the perfect, she calls it like a coffee colored lip liner because it has that perfect, like, creamy brownie color, but it also has the slightest hint of pink to it, making it super wearable, and I have just been obsessed with it. It's really creamy, it goes on really nicely and smooth, it stays put. I'm wearing it today with that Nude Edition, but yeah, I had to include that because I'm so happy for her, and the formula is awesome, and I'm loving the shade, so I think that's going to be a new favorite liner. But anyway, okay, back to drugstore. Let's talk glosses. So NYX Butter Glosses. I mean, who doesn't love these? This is like a staple drugstore product. The fact that it's called a butter gloss, I mean, the name is on point with them because it literally, like, goes on your lips like butter. They're just so silky smooth, they keep your lips hydrated, and they have so many different shades in the line. But probably my top favorite is this color Fortune Cookie. Pairs really nicely with a lot of great nude shades. As a matter of fact, let's pop some on today because I think it would look really pretty with that Soap & Glory color. They taste like vanilla ice cream. I just love them. And then the second shade is Angel Food Cake. It's a really pretty mauve color. And then I have Eclair, which is like a bright, cool toned pink, which is really pretty and wearable. It pairs over like a lot of neutral pink lipsticks that I love. I love this over by Beauty's Meringue. It looks really pretty. So here's Fortune Cookie. See it with the Nude Edition color? It's so pretty. It's like, it matches it perfectly. And then here's that Angel Food Cake shade. And then here is Eclair. So I just love them. And look at that shine on them. They're so nice, really super shiny, and they wear so nicely. All right, mascaras. If you're looking for a mascara that wears well, it lengthens your lashes, it thickens, just an all-in-one mascara, you guys have to check out these new Essence mascaras. They're from the You Better Work line, and the line is geared towards, they're basically like workout friendly makeup, so they're supposed to be sweat proof. They actually say they're shower proof, and I will say, I haven't really tested the waterproof thing. Like, I didn't really try and go swimming with them this summer, did I? No, because half the time I never have my head in the water because I hate getting my hair wet and rewashing my hair. It's like a whole process. But anyway, when I wash these off, they are hard to get off, so just keep that in mind. But they wear so well. They do not smudge. I'm always so impressed when I wear these. I wore both of these all summer, and they're just my favorite. They're my go-to. So there's two different versions. There's a volumizing one and also a length and definition one. I did a whole review on both of these. They're the exact same formula. The only difference is the brushes. So let me show you the two brushes. The volumizing one is more of a curved, fluffy brush, and then the lengthening one is like a long, narrow, kind of like a cone-shaped brush. So the top is the volumizing one and the bottom is the lengthening one. So it really just comes down to your preference in brush type. So I think I like the lengthening one better. I just feel like it distributes the product a little bit better and it's easier to work with. The only downfall with these, it does take a while to build up a coat on your lashes. So I do find that I'm working the mascara in for quite a while, but the result is so worth it. And the fact that they wear so nicely, I'm just obsessed. I love that mascara. All right, so let's talk about a primer next. So this Catrice Prime and Fine Smoothing Refiner Primer, a lot of people are saying this is a dupe for the Tarte Poreless Primer. That's the primer in a pot that Tati always raves about. It's basically just like a silicone putty, but it fills in your pores like so perfectly. It's this white putty, but it blends in really nicely into your skin to the point where it's just completely invisible and it just smooths everything out so nicely. It just erases texture on your face and it really makes my foundation last and go on smoothly. My skin is on the drier side. A lot of times I will have dry patches and my foundation can cling to it and it just kind of makes foundation a little bit grabby when I'm trying to apply it over those drier patches, but that just makes everything go on like super silky. So I love that. I can't say I can compare it to the Tarte primer because I haven't tried that, but the reviews are really great on it. I know everybody loves it. So yeah, that is an awesome buy at the drugstore. Love it, love it. All right, so next up, let's talk blushes. So Milani's blushes, they are just so good. They have this baked formula that just glides on. They're just the perfect formula because they're not too dry, but yet they're not too silky. Some silkier blushes are a little bit harder to blend in. Just like that Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur blush that I always talk about. It's like this bouncy, like silky, almost to the point where it's like a cream blush, but you definitely have to work in it a little bit. But these just go on so effortlessly. I love the shade. I'm wearing Dolce Pink today. So here's Dolce Pink. It's this pretty like bright pink with a slight hint of mauviness to it. And then of course Luminoso. This is like my go-to like peachy coral shade, especially in the summer. This shade Dolce Pink, I love it for if I'm kind of wearing more of a neutral look like I am today. It just gives that perfect amount of like color to your cheeks, not too much, not too little. It's just such a pretty shade. And it has a bit of a shimmer to it too, so you can skip a highlight if you want. And I love the color so much. It's so flattering. I talked about this before being a dupe for Hourglass's what's that called? Luminous Flush, I think it is. Another like gorgeous higher end blush. It's one of my favorites, but you really don't need that. That gives the exact same result. So I just love this. I love Milani's blushes. And then another blush favorite. So this isn't really quite a dupe for higher end packaging because the packaging is just terrible. It's in this like little plastic lightweight pan. This is by Essence. This is their Satin Touch blushes. Let's see how the pan broke, but I just cannot get enough of this shade. This is the color Satin Coral, and it's that perfect summery blush. It gives a little bit of a glow to your cheek. Here's what it looks like in the pan, and then here is a swatch of it. It's like a bright pink peach. It's just it's so flattering, and it is so silky. So that is why I included it in this video, because the formula is like this. It reminds me just like the Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur blush. Exactly the same. It's so silky, so creamy. It just goes on so seamlessly and blends in so nicely. Like one of my favorite summer blushes for sure. At any warm toned look, I think that pairs so well with. And it's $2.99, so you cannot beat that price tag. I love that blush. All right, and then my new favorite liner is this one by NYX. I don't know why it took me so long to get on this NYX Epic Ink Liner bandwagon, but it's just so good. So it has just enough give to it when you're applying it to your eyelids, and it's super pigmented. It's really black. It goes on it really easily. It stays put. Cannot say enough good things, and it's really opaque too. And the opaqueness lasts. I've had that for at least, I don't know, maybe 2 months now, and it's just as like strong and inky looking as when I first used it. So really excited about that eyeliner. It's just a new favorite. Everybody talks about that being a dupe for, I think it was Kat Von D's Tattoo ink liner. So if you're not into supporting her, definitely try this liner, and it's like half the cost. So good. I love it. Okay, and then eyeshadow palettes. I am loving these CoverGirl eye palettes. I got these back in the winter, and I just cannot get enough. The first one is this Peach Punch palette. I compared this to Urban Decay's Reloaded palette. It has the same kind of color story. It has like those neutral brownie tones, but it also has this pop of peach in the middle, which the Urban Decay palette does as well. And these shadows are just the most, first of all, they're really pigmented. They can be a little bit flaky, but oh my gosh, they're just so gorgeous, especially the shimmers. So just let me swatch a couple here. just so you guys can see this like intensity. But oh my gosh, do you see that? They're just like so that like mirror-like shine. They just go on so smooth and creamy. And then the Chocoholic palette. This is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. This is some like really dark smoky colors in here, which can make me a little nervous when it comes to a drugstore palette because, man, if the quality is not up to par, those dark shadows will definitely show that patchiness. But these deeper shades just blend in so nicely. So I have this deep chocolate brown kind of on my like outer corners, and then I have this like camel shade, this third shade in. I use that as a transition. But then it also has these like gorgeous shimmers. This purple like smoky shimmer shade is so pretty. I'm wearing it on my lids today. So pretty. I just love how it has that smokiness with like a hint of purple to it. And it has those like random gold glitter flecks in there. It reminds me a lot of one of the Stila, what are those called? The creamy glitter eyeshadows. But it's like an everyday shade that adds a little, I don't know, a little excitement to your eye look. I just think it's so pretty. Love it so much. Great quality eyeshadows at the drugstore. These palettes surprised me. I didn't really know Covergirl was known for their shadows, but I'm excited to try more Covergirl, especially since they became cruelty free in the last, what was it, maybe 6 months ago. So super excited. Everybody's been recommending the eyebrow pencil. Let me know your favorites from Covergirl because I definitely want to dive a little bit more deeper. Also the concealer too, I know everybody's raving about. But yeah, I just love those shadows so much. So creamy, so pigmented, and yeah, just those two palettes. I just love the color story in both of them. All right, and let's talk foundation. My new favorite foundation is by NYX. It's the Born to Glow Radiant Foundation, and this is in the shade Natural. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is definitely a dupe for the Anastasia, the Luminous foundation, except this does not highlight your texture. It lasts, it's lightweight, it gives the most beautifully like radiant finish. Oh my gosh. I'm not wearing it today. I have, what do I have on? Too Faced Born This Way on today. But I have this on in, I think it was the collab with Kelly Gooch, and I just loved how my complexion looked in that video, so if you want to see it on, definitely check that out. But the finish is just flawless. It has medium coverage. You can build it up. Like, I will argue that it does cover my melasma. I feel like I can get enough coverage without needing concealer. It's just so pretty. It makes your skin look flawless. I love the natural dewiness to it, but it doesn't, I felt like the ABH foundation, that almost made my skin look like that almost like sweaty dew, if you know what I mean. But this has that luminosity to it. It's just that like, when it catches the sun, it's just so pretty. There's no obvious like glitter flecks, but it's just, I don't know, has the most perfect radiance to it. It's just so good. I love that. The formula also reminds me a little bit of the old school Urban Decay Naked Foundation, the one that was just discontinued. So bummed about that, but it has that lightweight feel, but with the high coverage. Like, it's crazy that they got that much pigment into a foundation, but yet they can get it to feel so lightweight. It's just great. I love that foundation so much. New favorite. All right, and last but not least, let's talk highlighters. This Flower Beauty strobing palette, what is this called? Yeah, the Shimmer and Strobe highlighting palette. These highlights are so, it's like that blinding highlight, but you can under apply it to where it just looks super natural too. It's just so pretty. They're really easy to work with, and they're like some of the creamiest highlighters I've tried. Let me just swatch these for you because you will just be blown away by the swatch. All right, are you ready for this? Oh my god, like check that out. They're so pretty. They're really like opaque, and just, oh, the shimmer is just gorgeous. I'm wearing the top. It's like that lighter pink one. This reminds me a lot of, back in the day, Benefit had that. It almost looked like a nail polish highlighter. I forget what it was called, but that was one of my first highlighters I ever tried, and that's actually what made me fall in love with a highlighter. But this palette, you get that same result. I just think it's so pretty. The brush that it actually comes with is really soft too, so it's a really great buy from the drugstore. I just love that palette. All right, so that concludes my drugstore products that perform like luxury. I hope you guys enjoyed this, but let me know your favorite like holy grail drugstore product down below. You guys always have the best recommendations, and I think it's so fun when we can just come together and share our favorites. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. Share your thoughts down below, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See you guys.